All right, so tell me, let's talk first about just like your injury history. So bring me down through from ankles all the way up, anything that's happened, whether it's as serious as Liz Frank or as minor as like kind of tweak your hammy or whatever. Let's go slow and give me the years as you go.
I'd probably say we could start with my left foot. 2007, horse collared, broke my left fib and dislocated the ankle as well.
My name is Dr. Sharif Tabbah. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and a strength and conditioning specialist. I'm also the co-founder of Athletix Rehab and Recovery here in Miami, Florida. For athletes in general, particularly professional athletes at this level, the amount of training that's required in order to get them to the level that they're trying to perform at requires hours and hours of rigorous training and daily back-to-back training. The challenge there is helping them stay healthy throughout that process, not only rehabilitating injuries that occur, but also preventing them from occurring in the first place. It's important that athletes, especially at this high level, take the time to do rehab, prehab, recovery work, in addition to, of course, their performance training. The 40-yard dash is particularly stressful for athletes because it leads to a lot of strain to the hamstring as well as the hip flexors. When an athlete is working on coming out of the block and during the acceleration phase, they are required to put a lot of emphasis through their knee drive, and which puts a lot of strain on their hip flexors. And then when they get to top end speed, as they really open up their stride and that leg length increases, it becomes a lot more stress to the hamstring. So it's very common that we see injuries for athletes not only running the 40-yard dash, but preparing for the 40-yard dash. When athletes are preparing for the 40-yard dash specifically, it's important that we address things like ankle mobility, hip mobility, and believe it or not, shoulder mobility as well. Because when they're starting from the starting block, we talk about things like positive shin angle, which means making sure that their knee is coming way over their toes so they can get the force driving into the ground to propel them forward rather than upward. So we have to work on ankle mobility. When we are talking about getting a good stride at top end speed, it's important we open up hip mobility so that we have a good stride and a good range of motion through the hips. Now, also, it's very important to get good range of motion in the shoulders to make sure that when they are getting that arm action, they can really get their arm nice and high, and they're using the arms to propel them forward to help the legs. At Athletix, when an athlete first arrives, they originally come straight to us in the medical room. What we do to begin is we do a total body assessment where we look at range of motion, flexibility, strength, injury history, and we do special tests. What that does is it allows us to get an idea of the athlete as a whole so we can assess the athlete's total body and then therefore customize whatever we're doing on the performance side as well as on the rehab side specific to that athlete's needs. From there, our athletes will often leave the rehab room and go and do a performance workout. And then after the performance workout, they'll often come back in for some recovery. So maybe we do tissue work, soft tissue mobilization, active release, instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization, therapeutic cupping, these kinds of tools and techniques to help the athlete recover and get ready for yet another workout the next day. At Athletix, our slogan is "Get Back in the Game." And the reason that that's our slogan is because it's very important to us to help return athletes to play after an injury, as well as help them prevent an injury in the first place. We have a very high success rate. Over 90% of the athletes that have come to us at the professional level with an injury have returned and signed back to a team and become active once again.